zones from stealing as well.
Absolutely, and we see early game here, Hoon with Shark here in the mid lane. That Motu is going to be shooting those clan blasts, applying a lot of pressure, whereas the side board's just gone ahead and want to remove that, remove all those minions there and kind of speed through. And the Yangpo is able to go ahead and stop this invade here coming from best player, but too little too late. He already gone ahead and smited over the Azure Golem. The information is given over, and it looks like Shark, you're trying to steal? Oh,
okay.
Oh.
Nonetheless, good job. Yeah, Fried Chicken actually took that Spiketail Beast at the top as well. So this is not ideal for the side of BOAR Gaming. And I like the fact that this is happening, right? Because you definitely want to contest for every single objective in the map. And right off the bat, BTK's initial rotations are just making a little bit more sense compared to BOAR's. They have already gotten the steal on the buff, right? The initial rotation, very greedy, but it worked out.
It absolutely worked out. As you see a 1v1 come out here. Yeah, Byron is definitely not someone you want to fight early game on the Dharma as he goes ahead and retreats away. But Fried Chicken taking massive lane priority here. But I want to go ahead and announce a PSA for all the roamer support players out there in the world. You got to protect your jungle's buffs, right? And that's what we saw BTK Shark did. He identified that his jungle went ahead and invaded the enemy red buff. The only logical path for the enemy jungler to get 2 buffs is for them to invade your red buff. But there he was standing at the opening of the jungle there, getting great vision on Weiss and not allowing him to do so.
Oh, nice. They forced out the flash as well. 3005 will make it out alive, but to burn out an important resource here, that's not going to be nice on the side of BOAR Gaming, especially for 3005. And talking about that right now, this jungle aggression, this is something that I really like from the side of BTK, because it fixes, you know, that gap that they always struggle with, which is they don't really have the best early game, right? So now this jungle aggression allows them to pivot into the exact strength they're looking for. The knockup comes up from Hoon as well, but the punish does come through. Smite down onto Hoon. They will not be able to catch him. Maybe more free shots, but at the same time, the heals. Fried Chicken making the world's difference right now for the side of BTK. Stuns coming from Shark. Continual fights. Have they stayed? They'll overstay their welcome. The flash comes in wide, looking for the first blood as well. Everyone fighting, but there is no reset. Oh, there is going to be a reset on the Crimson Golem. And all of this is just buying time for the side of BTK.
They are still fighting. Wow, Weiss ends up going down here. Great catch by Shark, and it's still going. Everyone is getting really close to that ultimate. Phasma just ticked over into ultimate, and he uses that Trevor Sash here. Does not quite connect the best player. This is one of the longest early game invade fights I've ever seen.
Yes, and they did overstay their welcome. Best player 1 did not manage to get that Crimson Golem, which is the ultimate goal. In the meantime, Mobazane, though, he's doing well. In the midst of the entire chaos, he actually has a EXP lead against Max, so that's good news for BTK.
Absolutely, and we were mentioning there before the game, right? Like BTK, they got the idea down. That invade made sense, but the execution, when we saw the 3v3, you know, abilities were kind of missing left and right on both sides here, right? The execution was not quite there. Once they go ahead and clean up that execution, that invade went a lot more favorably.
For sure. And you were talking about this differential about the Dolia missing, right? And this is the risk that they take, right? When there's no double invincible warrior, Weiss is not as tanky, does not have the regeneration abilities that he will be really more comfortable with. But the benefit of that, BOAR's, they survive that secondary invasion. They protect the Crimson Golem. That's more important at this point.
So it looks like lanes kind of reset a good amount here. Mac trying to put the pressure on, but Zane is still ahead. It looks like Shark is getting potentially caught out here, though, as Lady Jen fires the ultimate over the wall, and he was not expecting that as he gets crowd controlled up by the Liang Po and goes down.
Yep, the rotations come in. Unfortunately, it's not going to be very comfortable for the side of BTK. They do get that Tyrant started. There is Smite available, and they might want to rush this because they have the numbers advantage, and they get everything for free. They get the Smite down as well. Does not make the kill happen. Mobazane will be able to make it out without having to commit the flash. But BOAR Gaming, this is not a comfortable position, and I think if they don't make any trades, BTK win that exchange flat out.
Absolutely, they go ahead and take that Tyrant there, and they were confident in, you know, the Smite fight there, because we were mentioning best player, one of the best smiters in the league here, and there we go, he smites it away there in front of the enemies, so great job. Oh, Shark getting caught out here, does not see Dharma being in that bush. He gets dropped super low, Cannon Blast comes out, stuns him up, and pushes him with the box, going aggressive there, actually. He opts to try and churn that fight there with the box slash to go aggressive. Not the right play in that moment, though, it seems like, as he gone ahead and goes down for it.
Actually, I thought that was a good play, but the fact that there was no backup, and for now, Wise is struggling against Fried Chicken. Oh, this Dolia missing from the entire, composition is starting to look a little risky for the side of Boars, but this is the risk that they took, and it looks like they will want to push this because they have managed to catch up against BTK. They're trading by about 400 gold, and you can see with that initial invasion from the side of Fried Chicken, or not Fried Chicken, Best Player 1, Boars now keeping a very tight eye on that Crimson buff.
Yeah, last game, Fried Chicken didn't get the best, didn't get as much room to play. But this game, he's on the Byron, he's against the Dharma, he has jungle pressure, and he is super ahead this game. This is going to be his game to carry with here in the Clash lane.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-on-1. Fried Chicken does have the passive. No, he will not. Does manage to survive for the time being. Gets the flash out as well. Fried Chicken survives. But with this 1-for-1 trade, there's a lot of time bought. And BTK, they have maintained this goalie, in fact, extended to 1,000. So Boars, they need to respond, and they need to respond quick.
This is looking super good for side BTK. These need to go ahead and, as you mentioned, hold this lead here. It is going to be a little bit rough to get into the super late game side of things, but if they can keep this up and take these towers and push this, they should be able to end the game before then.
It's going to be a bit tough, right? Once again, I think Boars Gaming are very good at recovering during the first 10 minutes. They always have this 10-minute advantage on the strength. And for now, BTK, they're kind of matching it. It's one of the rare times that they're taking a lead, right? But this is a refreshing sight to see.
Absolutely, and we know the Motu loves playing from ahead, and now that they're ahead here, he's able to get himself in, the more aggressive positions here, fire the cannon blast into the enemy jungle, getting vision for his team here. And here's another play coming out here. This, wow, 30-05 is not getting much work done here in the Clash lane, as they're applying so much pressure on him this game, constantly ganking him out, as you see 4 in the Clash lane here for the side of BTK.
Blue team
yep, the coordination is a little bit better from the side of BTK. This allows them to take the T1, and I think this is great for them. Look, they have the map advantage. They have taken 2 turrets, no response from Boars once again, and Wise getting pressured even at his Boar camp, and that's a bit of a concern for Boars.
Absolutely, BTK is doing a great job here. They're not quite like taking everything, but they're getting a little bit, right? Every time something comes up, they're pressing their lead, and they're getting 1 camp here and there, and it's going to start to add up as they're closing on them being up 2,000 gold. They're applying a lot of pressure under the tower of Boars Gaming's tier 1. They're protecting it, but they're not really able to, counter engage or make something happen there, as they're just forced to clear out these minions. Another Crimson Golem comes up. It looks like BTK is opting to go ahead and play for the other side of the map here, though, and set up an ambush.
This is great. This is what we're talking about, right? Playing to your win conditions. So right now, they have the turret pushing pressure. With the Wild Growth, the first skill of Best Player 1, you have instant access into the towers without having to care about backdoor protection because your critters will tank for you. At the same time, Boars, right now, it really does come down to the setup of Red Cutie or the side of Phasma.
I think the side BTK, once they go ahead and get a few thousand gold lead, they're going to be able to start sieging down these lanes really easily. You mentioned they have the Agudo. They also have the channel, right? So they have the siege weaponry available to go ahead and summon all these critters to go ahead and rip down these towers quick enough. But it looks like Boars Gaming is forcing a fight here.
Nice stun, but it's going to be instantly countered by Phasma as well. Sharp on the backlines, he's dealing 2-on-1. They're trying to get rid of 30-05 as well as Wise. And here we go, Hun getting caught out. The save that's coming from Best Player 1. And it's going to be 1 kill for the side of Boars Gaming because Fried Chicken has been taken down. And with that, Boars, they secure the Tyrant. They have the fighting powers. They want to put a little bit more pressure on the T1. Not going to be available at this point. Shark and the rest of the boys are ready to put the defense. So Boars get that Tyrant. And they even up the gold. It's a little bit of a gap left between BTK and Boars.
Absolutely. I may have jinxed it there, saying Best Player, one of the best smiters here, because they went toe-to-toe with Weiss there, and they actually got their Tyrant stolen there on their side. Weiss ended up getting the critical theft there. But it's tough. In the 1v1, they both have smite. They both do a decent amount of damage. It can really go either way.
Oh no, Mobazay. This one is a great strike from the side of 30-05. That is what he has been waiting for this entire game.
I've seen this before, Ken. 30-05, when he gets a triple kill out of nowhere, it's a pivotal time in the game here, all right? And 30-05 gone ahead and done it again here, easily switching up the gold lead here, but there's not done yet to go ahead and pressure BTK under their tier 1 tower. Kaiser diving in with the invincible warrior, just tanking absolutely everything. They're so tanky on top Boars Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of the competition, right? With the two big tanks here, you have the Kaiser as well as the Liempo and the Phasma. This is meant to push them away, so you get the freedom for Mac, you get the freedom for QD as well to really just lay the damage down. And we talked about timing in the game, and this is exactly where the strength of BOAR's gaming lie. Winning that team fight, now there is no positional advantage for the side of BTK, so BOAR's will get this Shadow Tyrant for free. Do they make a beeline though to stop that attempt on the Shadow Overlord?
Red team.
They are gonna try, but it doesn't look like they have the positioning available. Weiss is going in, but he's going in alone.
Yeah, there will be enough damage from the side of BTK, but now Wise will not make it. But the backup does come in. Phasma looking for an opening. Red QD looking for the setup as well. Their lives are really low on the side of BTK, but BOAR's Gaming, they actually don't really oblige in the team fight just yet. They get the dive though. They get the kill onto Shark. In the meantime, all the pressure in the world being built up by Mac. The flash comes in. They're chasing onto Hoon. One more will do it with the flaming palms as well. Uses the infinite vases to get out BOAR, just playing the map so much better.
Yeah, while they were all kind of focused on Overlord, which no one has taken yet, actually, Mac just pushed down the side lane tier 2 and waltzed throughout BTK's jungle there and got a catch on Hoon there as he was busy recording.
What a dive! 30-05 gets a freebie here in the form of Mobazena as well. BOAR's Gaming, they see the advantage and they want to keep pushing in. Phasma as well pushes them back. They get the T2 at the bottom. So right now, only one T2 left on the top side. BOAR's Gaming starting to turn his game over.
And yeah, all while this is happening, they stalled them from taking that Overlord. They should have taken that Overlord during that Primal Bond debuff here. But now it looks like BOAR's Gaming is going to go ahead and get their reset and have a chance at it and not giving BTK any objectives.
Yeah, this is why you take the Tyrant, right? So you can start, disallowing the opponent team from going in. And here comes the flank on the side of White. Invincible Warrior as well in the face of 2. Can they get it set up? The Liempo comes in. Phasma with the Radiance as well. They want to slow him down. Best player 1 caught in the backlines. Even with the Blood Rage, it's not enough godlike for the side of Red QD. As it's looking like BOAR's, they're so dominant. At the same time, Fried Chicken trying to get a safe place to TP back. T3's under pressure from the side of BOAR's. BTK, nice knock up by Shark, but it's not going to be enough. Instantly cancelled by Phasma. And right now, they do get a return kill. 30-05 gives his life for the cause, but BOAR's Gaming, they have an option to explore, and that is the Shadow Overlord.
Absolutely. The game was so tame for like the first 8 minutes, and then the last few minutes here have been so explosive here. BOAR's Game is walking away with a 5,000 lead now, even though they were behind most of the early game. It just comes down to those pivotal plays, right? 30-05 is able to find these clutch plays to get his team back into the lead.
Yeah, the biggest difference maker is Wise and Phasma. The two of them are soaking all of the hits coming from BTK, and that's what's making the fight so difficult, because no one is low enough to be killed off on the side of BOAR. Wise uses the Invincible Warrior again. They knock up 2. The freeze comes in as well. It's not going to be looking good. Shark gets taken out. Fried Chicken as well. Everything falling apart for the side of BTK, leaving best player 1 just alone. But one more hit will do it. Mac, does he have the flash? Does not have it. And will go in for the check the Radiance. It sets him up. It's a team ace. And a killing spree for the side of Mac as well. The base is going to be wide open for the side of BTK. And BOAR's, they see the ending. This is T3's under pressure. Crystal exposed. 15 seconds too long, and BTK will not survive this. BOAR's second win on the board.
Absolutely.